I've raised my brow at a lot of things you've done, but never in my wildest dreams did I think you were capable of something so blasted stupid.
Mind yourself, Major. I won't permit this insubordination while there's still so much work left to do.
Mind myself? Stars, you're brainless. We found Darth Norok, Colonel, and he wasn't too happy to hear about what you've been up to. You had the brass to speak for a Sith with ties to the Dark Council without his permission, but that wasn't reckless enough for you. Not telling anyone that Norok was missing. Forging his orders. And the best part's gotta be how you dragged us into your stupidity. I know Norok was a pain, sir, and I know he was keeping you from supporting the Empire the way you thought was right. I might have understood if you had just told me about all of this from the start, but you lied to me, and that I don't understand.
Falsifying the word of a Sith is a serious transgression, Colonel, and you put everyone at risk.
Where is Darth Norok?
He's on his way.
Then before he arrives and exacts his punishment, at least let me explain myself.
Other than making a complete fool of yourself, what exactly did you do?
Whatever mess you found Norok in was the result of his own arrogance. When I lost contact with him, I simply took advantage of his absence. My entire career, I've done nothing but prove my admiration for the Sith. I served without question, believed they had a right to rule the Empire. Until I had a chance to lead this operation, I cherished the idea that I was helping soldiers live to see another day. Norok, however, kept saying I needed to think bigger. He wanted all of Manon under his rule. But we didn't have the resources to sustain a prolonged occupation of the entire planet. It would have achieved nothing. Nothing more than a boost to Norok's ego. I refused to sacrifice faithful citizens of the Empire for something so irresponsible. And I do not regret that decision. Or the decision to use Norok's name, if it means not one life will be wasted on a Sith's ambition.
Do you regret it now, Korrd? Can you still hold fast to your principles while the breath is torn from your lungs?
My lord, if he just...
Finally. I thought I would never be able to get through. I won't question your methods of discipline when it comes to your subordinates, Norok. But you will not treat mine like this. Release him, now.
I want this cowardly bog-tick executed, Krovos.
On what charges?
Incompetence. Dereliction. Fabricating the word of a Sith.
That is disappointing, Colonel. Does anyone have evidence to support Darth Norok's accusations?
There is no evidence. Norok wants Korrd out of his way, and he's trying to manipulate you into ordering his death.
You sniveling little liar! Put down your weapon, Major, or you will join Korrd and your friend under the heel of my boot.
I've had enough of your carelessness, enough of your pride, enough of your threats. And enough of you.
Our entire presence on Manon has been plagued by one lapse in judgment after another. Tread carefully, Colonel. After you clean up Darth Norok, I want you to clean up this mess of an operation. I expect an update soon.
Well, then, thank you. Not for what you've done for me, but for what you've done for the Empire. Many will owe their lives to you. You've given us a secure foothold on Manon, which means a more certain path to victory. But there is still much to do. Speaking of which, we'd better get back to it. Unless you don't plan to stay, Major.
Of course I'm sticking around. At least until I find someone else to give you a kick in the pants when you get another one of these half-baked ideas. Colonel Korrd's explained the situation to everyone who hadn't heard yet, even apologized. Didn't see one tear shed over losing Darth Norok. Thought that was interesting. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. Not too many of us were looking forward to taking over all of Manaan. Now we can focus on what we came for.
An occupation would have been overkill on both sides. This colto mining operation is more than enough to help the Empire.
Do you have any idea how good it feels to hear that from someone as important as you? I've seen you in action so many times, and you still never cease to amaze. Not to mention all the times you've come through for me. You're probably tired of everyone constantly falling over themselves for you. I'm sure you don't need to hear me go on about how amazing I think you are. But I can count the number of people I trust on one hand. Every time we meet, you more than earn your place on that list. Hope you know how much I appreciate that.
If you want to show me how much you appreciate me, you can start by buying me a drink.
We ever get together outside of a war zone, I'm buying the first round. And maybe a few more, if things go well. Anyway, I know you have a lot to get back to and I don't want to keep you from it. Thanks for sticking around and seeing this through.